Hey everyone, welcome to Germany day 2. So it is currently 9:30, as you can tell I'm already ready, which I feel like is even better than I managed in Amsterdam. I feel like in Amsterdam I was almost waking up sort of like early-ish, like I feel like I might have been waking up at like 7 AM, like 8 AM, but then I wasn't leaving until like well past 10. The difference here is that not a lot of stuff stays open really late. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the shops stay open till like 8 PM, but like a lot of the museums and stuff that I want to see is really like time sensitive, although to be fair 2 of the days aren't really that time sensitive, but it's more that it's a really long journey to get to those places, so I need to be up early and ready to leave. So today's plan, I'm taking it a little bit easier. I did consider doing like one of my longer trips today, but I was just like, you know what, with all of the time changes and the fact that yesterday was such a long day, like I just wanted today to like wake up at whatever time I woke up and then like leave whenever I'm ready. So today I'm going to Dachau, which is basically a place where there is a concentration camp memorial. Just some backstory. It was originally a prisoner of war camp, and then it basically turned into, I'm not sure if it turned into a labour camp, but essentially it was the blueprint for every other concentration camp that was made. So that's basically where it began, that's where they got the idea from. And I feel like it sounds weird to say I'm very excited to go there. I've always wanted to visit Auschwitz, but I thought while I'm here, like I should see if there's a concentration camp nearby that I can go to, and this is one of them. A lot of people go there. I think it's about a 40-minute train journey from where I am, which is right near Munich Central, and then I also have to get a little, like literally a 5-minute bus or whatever. So I am pretty much just gonna leave and take you with me. I don't know when I will be back today. If it's not a relatively long day and I find that I'm done pretty early and like I'm done at Dachau, I might come back and maybe go to the English gardens. I'm not sure, we'll see what happens. But tomorrow I'm thinking of doing one of my longer trips, so I don't want to have like a really late one. I will have to try and get to bed early today, but we'll see. Okay, very quick OOTD before I leave, and I forget to do one. The jumper is from TikTok shop, which you will be hearing quite a lot during this vlog series because I literally have the same jumper in like 3 different colours. The t-shirt underneath is just the same one that I wore yesterday. It's not the same one, I have like 4 or 5 of them, but it's just from Shein. It's just like a little plain, like fluffy, almost like firmly top. And then the jeans are from Pull & Bear, as always, because I literally live and love Pull & Bear jeans. And then obviously the same Docs, which yesterday the blisters haven't got any worse. The plasters have done their jobs, and I've just put on the expensive ones I bought in Heathrow Airport, which supposedly last like 7 days, and actually, to be fair, they are stuck on there. I don't think they're coming off, and I think the hairdryer trick worked as well, like hair drying my boots so that it became like a little bit more softer, because obviously like they're leather. Yeah, and then obviously the jacket that I'll have on is just the same jacket that I'm wearing the whole time during this trip. So that is the outfit of the day. I was legitimately just about to buy a train ticket at a machine, and I was like getting really confused. Why is this not focusing? And there was a guy behind me who kind of looked a little bit dodgy, and he was just walking along like laughing to himself. And this is your sign. If you feel uncomfortable, leave. Especially if you're on your own, just leave. Okay, I am here. I'm hanging back because there's like a massive school group behind me, and I've got an audio guide, and they're all just kind of like around the same place, and I don't particularly want to crowd around the same place as a bunch of school kids. It's extremely busy here. I was going to walk around myself and just like read the stuff, decided to get an audio tour. Just for reference, I don't know if it's just today, but the English guide that they usually do is free. I think it's free. I don't know whether you have to pay for it, but it's cancelled for both times, so you could get here and not do the like free tour or whatever with someone actually guiding you around. The audio guide is £4.50, and you have to leave a form of ID, which I didn't realise. I've never had that before. It's only my provisional that I've left, so I technically don't really need it, but hopefully I get it back. week. But yeah, it's like £4.50. I thought it'd be worth just getting, because then at least I'm not walking around like wandering, just reading stuff. I find audiobooks a little bit easier, but I am hanging back because there's like, I think I was on the bus with like a German school, there's like a French school over there right now, like there's got to be like hundreds of kids over there, and I'm just not about that life. I did read a little bit of stuff already. I think it's going to be really interesting. Probably not going to do much talking during this, and just show you kind of like some of the written stuff, and also just show you around and see what's about. Also, just going to mention this really quickly, the German transport system is still eluding me. I'm still very confused by it. Hopefully I can figure that out before I have to go back home on Saturday, but I will show you this later because I was scared of this happening. There were actually ticket conductors that came onto my train randomly at some point, and this guy literally stood like right next to me, and I could hear, like I knew he was saying something to me, but I thought it was just some weirdo trying to talk to me. So I was like trying to ignore him because I was reading my Kindle, and he basically wanted to see my ticket. I was like, English. Like, and I said it really like abruptly, and I feel really bad because I'm like, I don't expect you to know English or anything, but I just went English. Like I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my god, there's a weirdo. He just wanted to see my ticket. They do come on, and honestly they look like just ordinary people. They're like very plain clothes. I saw on a vlog someone get the same ticket that I got today, and they didn't validate it, and they should have validated it. My ticket today was already validated, so later on when I get back to the hotel I'll show you the difference between a validated ticket that's already validated and one that needs validating, because if you don't validate it, even if you've bought the ticket and you've paid full price, technically you can get fined. So it's like a huge thing here in Germany, so just so you don't get caught out, I'll show you. One of the things I find most astounding about coming to somewhere like this is it is currently April. Today is the first day of April, and it is freezing. And to imagine people here like in very little clothing, just, I don't even know how some of them survived. It's honestly astounding. Okay, I think I'm gonna head out of Dachau now because I'm flagging a bit and it's around about 3 PM. So I just went into the crematorium bit. I didn't take any videos. I just don't feel right doing it. I don't know, it's just eerie. Like the whole place is just eerie. It's so devoid of colour, and like I can't even imagine, like all of these rows were just like buildings with people in them, and I learned today that there was also a brothel to try and keep morale going for the prisoners, but walking into a gas chamber is just an insane experience. You feel so claustrophobic as soon as you're in there because the walls and the ceiling are so low. Awful. I just can't wrap my head around any of this. Okay, I'm now back at the hotel. I don't know what time it is. Let me go check. Oh my god, it is 22 minutes past 6. It's a lot later than what I thought it would be. I did briefly, I'm gonna have to get up again. I quickly went into TK Maxx, and I also went into a touristy shop, because the one thing that I tend to collect from everywhere that I go now is a pen. And I haven't really found any that I like. Like I want one that just says like Germany or like Munich on it. And there was one that just kind of had like a weird, like the, you know, the flag with like the eagle on it, and I didn't like that one. And then the other one that said Germany had like a, I don't know, it just looked tacky. And I don't know, I'm really funny about the pen that I get, so I want to find a nice one, but I've got to kind of be quick about it because I'm not here for long. But I went into TK Maxx because they've always got like really nice hair clips and stuff in there. And I found these ones, which are going to be, I mean, first of all, it's just handy having loads of hair clips because it's how I like to wear my hair. Usually when it's not this short, it's a lot harder. It's actually falling out of the back because it's so short. But I thought these would also be perfect for the next trip that I'm going on. This is a little hint. Yeah, it was a very emotionally heavy day. Obviously, I don't really think I filmed much. I think in somewhere like that, it's just very hard to film. Can I just say, one of the weirdest things I saw, and I saw this twice, was people getting pictures of themselves there. There was like, in the museum, there was this woman, and I went round to go read what the exhibit bit said. And like, I had to move out of the way because this woman was getting a picture of herself like reading the book, because she wasn't really reading it, she was just looking like she was reading it, being all like intellectual and like, I really care about the issues that happened here, for her Instagram. And when I saw that, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She's like zhuzhing her hair, and I was like, are you fucking, not the time and place. And then, you know, she was old enough to know better, and then there was like a bunch of kids that were obviously on a school trip or something, getting a picture of like all together of them at the like the entrance gate. And I thought that was really weird, and I was just like, it's just, is it me being funny? But like, I genuinely, the last thing that I thought about going into that place was getting a picture of myself for my fucking Instagram. It doesn't sit right with me. I'm sorry, maybe it's me just being really, oh, kids these days, but it doesn't sit right with me. Like, I took pictures of the place, like, you know, certain exhibits and like the buildings and like the surroundings and whatever, so that I can show people when I get back home, and obviously like for my own memories. But like, the last thing I wanted in that place was a picture of myself. Like, at the end of the day, people fucking died there. Like, you're getting a picture of yourself in a fucking concentration camp where people literally starved to death, were tortured to death, were experimented on. Like, they were literally sent to gas chambers. That primarily wasn't how people died in that place. They don't actually know whether anyone died of gas chamber there, but there was a gas chamber. It's just that they haven't got any confirmed reports of it happening. But like, you were literally, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. Genuinely, like, a part of me wanted to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, I'm laughing, but it's not funny, just because it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. Like, it's like going to a fucking cemetery and posing by someone's, like, gravestone. It's just weird. It's just fucking weird. Honestly, people that do that should just be immediately evicted. Anyway, it was a longer day than I thought it would be. I thought today was going to be like a relatively short day, but it was nice. Like, it was kind of relaxed, kind of chill. I do have big plans tomorrow, but before I talk about those big plans, I wanted to go through this kind of like whole train station situation for anyone that might click on this, because like me, you might be an anxious girly or guy or gay or they, like whatever, and you might be someone that rigorously plans their vacation and like has to know how things work and stuff, which is definitely what I do. In Germany, they have a big thing about tickets. As I said, a conductor, well, I say a conductor, a couple of, like a whole group of people came on the train to check tickets, and they were all plain clothes, so you would not know who they were. Obviously, if you live in Germany, you're probably used to that and you can probably spot them from a distance. I just thought that they were like randomers getting on the train, which is why I was trying to ignore the guy talking to me. But this was the ticket that I got. I don't think it's going to focus. This is the ticket that I got today. Now, this is a one-day ticket. I did see in someone's vlog they got the same ticket, but it wasn't validated. Up here, I think I'm pointing in the right place, yeah. Up here, I'm pretty sure I googled that and it says valid from, or like valid on. And next to it is the date, and obviously that's when it's valid from. Now, you don't have to stamp these. This is valid. When they checked my ticket, they scanned this thing. Now, here's where a lot of people get caught up, and the guy who was vlogging how to get a ticket for Dachau, or Dachau, I don't know how you pronounce it, he got the same day ticket, but his didn't have the date at the top, and so he's vlogging showing people how to get there, and he didn't validate his ticket, and I was like, if people watch that, they're gonna get into trouble because they're not gonna know. This was the ticket that I nearly lost you. This was the ticket that I got when I arrived here yesterday to get from the airport to Central. Up here you see these two arrows. Up here is where I stamped it. Now, you have to validate these. Like, if you see a blank space with these arrows, you have to stamp it. Otherwise, even though you have paid your fare, and you know, it's not like you've just jumped on without paying, it's not valid. So if they check this ticket, you will get fined if you haven't validated it. To validate these, usually, I don't know if they're actually in the underground where like the train tracks are, but I've seen them mostly by the escalators and just before the doors and stuff. But essentially you can find them near the ticket like booths and stuff where you can buy these, but you just put this ticket in where the arrows are, and like you just like sort of insert it and it puts the stamp on there, and then that means it's valid. I just wanted to like tell you guys that, just in case you're coming here. I assume that it's the same in the whole of Germany. I'm not sure, I'm only talking about Munich right now. But just for future reference, if any of you are watching this and planning like a future holiday here, you need to make sure you do that, because otherwise you will get fined. I'm not sure what the fines are, but I'm pretty sure it's way more than what the ticket is worth, and it is not worth losing money over something really fucking silly. I don't understand why they don't just validate them when you buy them, because at the end of the day I feel like a lot of the fines are probably handed out to tourists. I know I read a couple of comments before I came here on like other videos where people have said I got fined, and I just think tourists aren't gonna know. Like, even though it said on the machine like validate your ticket, like unless you've watched vlogs like I have or extensively researched, you aren't gonna know. Because if I was to buy a ticket like this in the UK for like the tube, it's already validated, you just insert it into the machine and you go. I'm gonna assume that here, I don't really understand it. I don't really understand why they have this system. I just feel like it's a waste of time, and it's an easy way of getting money from people who don't realise or just don't want to do it. Like, it seems silly to me. It just seems like another step in a process that doesn't need to exist. Anyway, I was gonna say I'm gonna try and have an early night. I am probably planning on doing one of my very long days tomorrow, which I'm now going to extensively research a little bit, because I'm not sure if there's a thing that I want to do at this place. But I will probably tell you guys tomorrow what that's going to be. I'm probably going to do one of my bigger travel days tomorrow. I don't know how long it takes to get there. I'm pretty sure it's near enough 2 hours by train, which might give you a hint. But let's just say, to give you a hint, the little musical movie child in me is screaming. And that's all I'm gonna say. But I really enjoyed today, and I've still got a hunt for a pen. I've still got a hunt for a pen. Why is it so hard to find a pen? Apparently it's easy to find steins here, you know, like steins for beer, so easy. And wooden clocks. Where are your pens? Where are your pens? Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Welcome to Munich day 3. I think it's day 3. It's day 3. Today I'm not actually spending my time in Munich or even in Germany. I'm actually going to be traveling to Austria for a day, to a place called Salzberg, which for anyone who doesn't know what that is or what the significance is, it was actually the place where they filmed The Sound of Music, which I have to say is probably my favourite movie musical of all time. I absolutely adore Julie Andrews, and she needs to be protected at all costs. And so today I'm going to head to Austria for a day, just because there's not really much, as I said, in Munich that I have to feel like I have to do. So I'm gonna head to Austria for a day. I'm so excited. Honestly, I really hope it's as beautiful as I think it's gonna be. I'm almost tempted to do a little tour while I'm there, but I'm yet undecided. It depends on what I decide to do once I get there, but I'm gonna take you guys with me. It's about an hour and 30-minute train journey. It is currently 9:29. The train that I need, I believe, leaves at like 9:55, I think. Now I'm going to be getting a Bayron ticket, or is it Bayron? I'm not sure, it's one of the two. Hopefully it's not that complicated to get. So I'm gonna head to the train station so that I can get that train. It's 9:55. I should get there by 11:42. Oh, it's 1 hour and 47 minutes, so it's about 2 hours. So yeah, I'm hoping to not get overly confused with the train system today. But you have to be really careful if you get like a Bayron ticket. There are certain train systems that you can't use. Like there's one that leaves earlier, but it's an Austrian train system, so the German like tickets don't work on them. I'm sure that you can probably buy tickets from the machines for them, I'm not sure, but yes, I'm gonna go on the right one hopefully, and not to get confused. So I'm gonna leave now, which is pretty early, but it will give me time to read some of my book. I'm really hoping that the train journey is going to be scenic, but we'll see. The one that I'm taking tomorrow will definitely be scenic. But let's go to Austria! Before I forget, quick OOTD. Jumper is TikTok shop, but this time a red version. T-shirt, once again, is Shein. Jeans are Pull & Bear, and then I have my Docs, and then I'm just going to be wearing the same jacket that I've been wearing the whole time. It looks deceptively warm out there today just because the sun is finally showing its head, but I know it's going to be absolutely freezing cold. That's one thing I'll say, I did not expect it to be freezing cold when I got here, just because in the UK it is currently warming up and it's getting a little bit more milder, but it literally feels like winter here, so that was kind of a shock to the system, but I am going to head off now because otherwise I will be late for my train. So I've officially made it to Austria, aka Salzberg, and guys, there are literally mountains in front of me, like full-on mountains of snow, and people are just casually living here and living their lives, and I'm like, it's so funny to me how you can live in a place for ages and everything just kind of becomes a little bit trivial, like you don't notice it anymore or you don't see the beauty in it, but like, oh my god, mountains! So I'm not actually sure if this part was used in the movie, but I know that she ran through like a tunnel like this. I don't know if this was the one. The place where I am, they currently did use part of it for Do Re Mi. There is a fountain, I think it's that fountain over there, there's like a whole group of people over there that featured in the movie in the song Do Re Mi. So I'm just having a little wander. I'm mulling over the tour. I feel like I do want to do it because I feel like that's the whole reason I'm here anyway. Okay, so this is where they actually did Do Re Mi. They're currently doing maintenance on it, which is kind of annoying, so there's no water in there, so it's not really a fountain right now. But I did get some pictures. I decided to bite the bullet and not be so scared of getting my tripod out and looking like an idiot, because apparently everyone else is doing it. There was another woman with a tripod, so I don't feel so stupid. This is your sign. Just don't be afraid to do things. You're never gonna see these people again. It doesn't matter. Also, I could be very wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the monastery that she was in. I don't know. I could be very wrong. Very much doubt I'm gonna hike up to there. But it is very beautiful so far. Can I just say, this is the nicest day that I've had so far. This is the one day on my trip. That was nice. This is the one day so far where I haven't been absolutely freezing cold. I almost feel overly dressed today because it's really warm. Like, I didn't expect it to be warm when I got off the train. I was like, it's gonna be freezing. It's not. Homeboy just pulled out the lyrics and he's got more smooth on the stairs. That is a no from me, not in public. We have had our first photo request of the trip. I wanted a picture by the gate, but like, it's so hard to get one because obviously everyone's milling around. So there was an American lady that got a picture taken by a British family, and I saw them do it for her, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they'll do it for me quickly. And I was like, oh, which I really hate to ask, but can you take a picture for me? because it's really hard to like set up my tripod with like everyone around. And she was like, yeah, no, I just did it for that lady. And she took like 3 for me, and they're fine, they'll do. It's just, it gets very busy around there. If you want an empty picture, you're gonna probably have to stay here and leave at like, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning just to get one when it's dead. But I have the picture. And now the mission is to find somewhere that sells a pen, because I'm only here for 1 day and I really want a pen that says Austria, because otherwise my little tradition of collecting pens is forfeit after this. I literally can't get over how beautiful it is here. Like, there's just mountains of snow on there. So we just had our first stop. That place over there is now a hotel, and they used to have the gazebo there until about, I think he said 1995, it was in the 90s. But film fans obviously kept going there to have pictures and sing in the gazebo, and the hotel was sick of it, so they got rid of it and gave it to the city. And obviously like the backdrop is the same in the movie as well. So far, this is so fun. The guy doing the tour is also really, really lovely. I've whipped out my tripod because I was like, I don't want to keep asking people for pictures. And some American guy walks past me and he's like, that's the most intelligent tourist I've ever seen. And I was like, this is the best thing I've ever bought from Amazon. So that was obviously the gazebo where they sang I Am 16 Going on 17, which is one of my favourites in the film. Down that way, I'm not going to walk down there because it's quite far, is where Julie Andrews sings Confidence. But round here is so pretty. And then over there is a mountain. That I just took were inside the church where they get married at the end of the movie, and behind me there is like a row of trees, and there's like a scene where a car goes down them, but obviously like it is a working road, so you can't really get in the middle of it. But look at the view. I got myself a nice coffee and something, I don't know what it is, it looks like a sweet kind of croissant or something. I'm kind of hoping it might be almondy, but I've got no idea what I'm about to put in my mouth. Hopefully it's good. I'm not gonna lie, is the tour expensive? Yes. Is it worth it? I think as someone who really loves the sound of music, it's worth it. But like also if you want to see kind of like a more remote part of Austria and like not have to hire a car and all of that stuff, oh my god, do it. It's 100% worth it. Like even just seeing the mountains and the lakes is just like, it's bringing back Scotland memories. And now I really want to live in Scotland again. So I'm now at the train station. I literally missed the last train by like 3 minutes. I'm so annoyed about it because I was going to go on the bridge and take a picture, even though I've pretty much got a picture of the landscape earlier, but I decided to come here instead. So I've got like literally just under an hour to wait, but like look at this. That's mad. This is just a train station. There's like, I'm sorry, I literally just can't get over the fact that people live here, like just in amongst mountains with like snow. Like obviously I've been to Scotland, so it's not that crazy, but like Scotland's so remote, whereas this is like genuinely, there's like a civilization here. Like there's just buildings and people work here. I just can't get over it. It's mad. I have loved Salzburg though. Austria's been great. I've loved it here. I definitely think I spent enough time here. I feel like the only bit that I would want to go and explore more is maybe go up to like the Abbey and stuff. Like there's definitely like a little bit more that you could kind of spend your time on rather than having to rush around like I did. But I think for what I did, and you know, this was like the original plan anyway, I wanted to come here because of the Sound of Music. I think it was worth it. Like I had so much fun, and I feel like the tour is worth it if you like the films and you want to see mountains and all of that. I think if you're not a fan of that, probably not worth it. It is on the expensive side, but I'm glad I did it because I feel like if I hadn't have done it, I would have missed out big time on seeing like a more remote part of Austria just while I'm here for a day. But I don't think I'll ever be over this view, and tomorrow I've got a really long day as well. I'm hoping tomorrow isn't going to be as long of a day, but I have got a lot of walking to do, and my shoes are rubbing more today because I've got smaller plasters on, which was a bad idea, but the bigger plasters that I put on apparently aren't indestructible because they were coming off. But I am going to leave you now, and I'm probably just going to have to sit here and read because I've got an hour to wait. Also, I want to mention it here just before I forget. Let me. Is she done? That tripod that I bought from oh fuck me. Well, thank God that's not mine, and hopefully it's not going to be. That tripod thing that I bought for my phone from Amazon, oh my God, well worth the money. The amount of times I whacked it out today just to get a picture was great. I mainly got it for where I'm going tomorrow because I just know, like, I'm not doing a tour or anything, I'm just literally going on my own. And I hate the idea of having to keep collaring people to take pictures, and it's always very hit or miss if they get good pictures of you or not, because quite often I found that people don't really know how to work a phone unless you get someone young and they know kind of what you're after. But the tripod has been amazing, honestly. It fits in this little like handbag as well. It's great, honestly. Even the American guy was impressed when I whacked it out. Oh my God, guys. I haven't felt this tired in years. Like, you know when you have, I mean, unless you haven't gone to sleepovers, you know when you go to sleepovers when you're younger and you pull an all-nighter and you have that weird sort of like hungover kind of tiredness? That's how I feel right now. It's only 10 o'clock. I literally got out of the station, walked so fast towards KFC because I just really need something to eat, and then walked back to my hotel, which luckily it's only about an 8-minute walk, but with these shoes on, because of the blisters, it kind of feels like a 20-minute walk. I'm gonna eat because I'm literally dying right now. We got to the first stop after Salzburg, and obviously it was where you first enter into Germany, and border force, I assume they're border force or like police or something, got on to check through the train and stuff. I don't know if they did it on the way there, but they definitely did it on the way back. I had my passport anyway, just in case. But it took ages. We were sat there for like 20 minutes or like half an hour. And I was just like, oh my God. And I'm gonna have like a really long day again tomorrow. And I'm just like, oh, not about that life. Anyway, I'm gonna eat before I actually keel over and die. I feel like I did one of these, sorry, my hair's like wild right now. I did one of these in Amsterdam, so I feel like it's kind of appropriate that I do one here. KFC's just not that different, you know? I feel like McDonald's, you get other stuff. What I was trying to find was a bonus banquet. It doesn't exist apparently. did get a large drink though. The card machine was really confusing. It was asking me to do stuff and I couldn't understand what it was asking me to do. Luckily I managed to get there. I just got a barbecue burger, basically. That's what I got. A Kentucky barbecue chicken burger. That's it. And chips. So it's not really a lot to report on. It's really boring. As you can tell, I've showered, I've taken off my makeup. I feel so much better now. I am getting sleepy. I thought, just whilst I'm awake and whilst I've got some time, because tomorrow I think I'm just going to get up and get ready and try and leave, because there are limited trains going to where I want to go, which I didn't realise. I thought they'd just be like every hour, every 2 hours. They're not. There's limited trains and it's the one place that I came here for. I thought I'd do a little haul of some of the stuff that I bought in Austria today, aka Salzberg. I only got 3 things. I didn't really intend to go there shopping. In fact, like one of the things I didn't even intend to buy, and I saw it and I couldn't leave it there. So obviously my thing travelling is collecting pens. I still have yet to find a pen that says Germany on it that I like. The Germany pens have eluded me. That is probably going to be my task either for tomorrow. I don't know. I don't feel like, maybe there is going to be one that just says Germany on it, I don't know. It's definitely going to be a touristy place, but we'll see. However, that might end up having to be my task for Friday instead. But anyway, I got 2 pens. So this is the one that I picked up for myself. And it's not going to focus, is it? Oh, it's got a little cow on it and it says Austria. I didn't really know which one to pick, to be honest, but as soon as I saw the cow, I was sold. I do actually use these pens. I'm very careful with them because I don't want to lose them, because I'm like, if I lose them I can't replace them, you know. And I just feel like collecting pens is a nice little thing. I can use them and they don't take up that much space. But I got that one from like the first shop that I found, because I was literally legging it to try and find a shop before my tour started. I also got this kind of like I feel really stupid buying this one. It's just kind of like a really plain, boring one. It has like a little gemstone on the end of one of those like phone dabber things. It literally just says Austria there. So it's not really anything special, but it is a nice fancy pen. This is actually a gift for someone, because they do use these pens that I buy and they're really fussy about the pens. Like they've complained before about pens that I've brought back for them, saying that, oh, it's not that nice a pen, is it? And I'm like, I don't even know why they want a pen from the places I go to. Like, I've always found this really weird, but like people who ask for gifts from places that they've never been or won't go, like, why? Like, why do you want this pen that says Austria on it and you've never been to Austria? I don't get it. To each their own, whatever. I got it anyway. Actually gonna have to take this with me tomorrow so I can write on my ticket, because I didn't realise, and I put it in my suitcase now so I can't show you, but when you get a Bayron, whatever, ticket to go kind of like either outside of Germany or kind of like in the countryside part, you have to write your name on your ticket. I did see that when it printed out, but I couldn't do anything about it because I didn't have a pen on me. Luckily the conductor came along and she was like, Nim. she gave me a pen. She didn't really have a choice, because I was like, can I have? She did get a pen back, but you know, just so you know, you have to write your name on it, so I'm gonna have to take that with me tomorrow. Now the other little thing that I saw, that I didn't plan on buying anything else, I really didn't, but I saw this and I couldn't leave it there. Now, if you've seen my Amsterdam vlog, which if you haven't, once again, you should watch those. I bought this little companion when I went to Amsterdam, and now it comes everywhere with me when I use this bag, which is usually when I'm travelling. I do use this bag kind of like regularly, but when I go travelling, I do use this bag a lot. And so it's like turned into my little like solo travel buddy, and I love it because it's like a Dutch Miffy. And like Amsterdam and / the Netherlands is really well known for Miffy, because that's where it was created, and at the time when I travelled I had Miffy now, so I saw it as a sign. Anyway, I saw these in a big basket and I couldn't leave it there. Look, it has little lid on. So cute. I couldn't leave it there, and there was like a little a female one as well, with like a little like sort of German, oh, what do they call them? Oh, it begins with with a D, I think. It's not a lederhosen, this is a lederhosen, but I don't know what the female equivalent is. But it had like one of the dress versions, and I was like, well, I've already got the Miffy with like a little Dutch dress, so I kind of want the little lederhosen teddy bear. So I'm probably, I don't know whether I'm going to put this on this bag. I don't know if I will. Someone tell me if I should put it on this bag as well, or if I should put it on another bag, because at the time I was like, I'm going to put this on another bag so that I have another travel buddy for another bag that I might use. But now I'm kind of wondering if I just should put it on the same bag. But also, it's kind of giving Sound of Music, so that kind of summarises my day. This isn't going to become a new thing for me. Like, I'm not going to collect like little keyring figurines everywhere I go. The trouble is, if I see something cute, I can't leave it. But it is adorable, and I just love. I love saying lederhosen. It's like it's my favourite thing ever. So that's my mini haul. I will see you guys tomorrow because I need to crash because I'm gonna have a very long day tomorrow. And I did think about leaving it until the day after, but I really do need to get this longer day out of the way so that the last day that I have here, I can kind of chill a little bit, because the last place that I'm going on my last day is literally half an hour from here, rather than the 2 hours that it's going to take me to get to the place where I'm going tomorrow. So I think that's the better idea. So I will see you guys on the flip side.